Karen and I built our house in 2005 and we moved in January 2006. After 16 years of living here, it's time for some serious renovations. In the last few weeks, Karen and I have been very busy. We have replaced the entry door to the garage, we painted the garage, we put up backsplash in the kitchen, we recaulked all the outside windows, and finally, we repainted the bedroom and the bedroom closet. So you're probably wondering, if I painted the garage and I painted the bedroom and the bedroom closet, why not just do the rest of the house myself? Well, this is the problem. We have vaulted ceilings. They're 18-foot high, and there's no way I have the equipment, and it's a safety issue also. I don't want to be up 18 foot trying to paint these ceilings. So what we're going to do, we're going to have professionals come in and do this for us. And we're going to have them paint the sunroom, the great room, the kitchen, the dining room, the living room, the foyer, which is really high, and we're going to have them paint the upstairs, hallway, and foyer area. Now, we're going to hire a crew to do this for us, and we're going to have to get quotes. So Karen and I are going to get a total of 3 quotes for this, and we're going to walk you through that process. Something else that we did before interviewing contractors, and I would strongly suggest this, is we went to Sherwin-Williams because we knew that's where we were going to purchase the paint. That's what we had decided on. And we went to Sherwin-Williams and we told them what we wanted to paint, and one of their people who was very good, his name was Greg, he took the time to discuss with us what we needed to know about the paint that we would be using. For example, ceiling paint. Ceiling paint really, it doesn't need to be great. We decided we would go with white on the ceiling, and you don't really need really good paint for the ceiling. Why? Because no one's going to be touching the ceiling. So you don't really need to be washing the paint up there. If you got kids and they're touching the wall and that sort of thing, of course you want really good high grade paint so that you can wash it and you can maintain it. But on the ceiling, that's not necessary. And they gave us color cards, and we used those cards and we brought them back home, and we stood in each room and we tried to imagine what the paint colors might look like. We also decided that we wanted one accent wall. Now, as we interviewed with the various contractors, they gave us some tips as to what we might and might not do, and what might work and what might not work. So some things did change during the process, and we learned a lot through the interview process. But I would strongly encourage you, go to the paint store before you talk to the painters. But before we could interview, we knew that we need to educate ourselves as to what kind of questions that we should ask during the interview process. Now, yeah, price is going to be important, but price is not everything. We knew that we needed to ask about insurance, workers' comp, liability. We knew that we needed to ask about prep. How do you set up? Do you put paper on the floor? Do you put tarps on the floor? We need to ask about how do you prep the walls? Do you sand them? Are you going to vacuum? Such questions as, are you going to clean up every day before you leave? Because our house is going to be a mess for 4 to 5 days while they're painting it. All the furniture is going to be stacked into one central area probably, and one room, or it's going to be moved to another room. There's going to be plastic on everything. It's just going to be a mess for 4 days. So it's going to be kind of in disarray. And these are the kind of questions that we knew that we wanted to ask. But how do you go about asking these questions? And this is what we decided to do. We decided to use open-end questions. And what we did is, as each contractor came in, we would ask a question like, tell us how you go about painting our house. What is your process? And we knew that any painter that was worth their salt would be more than happy to walk us through the process because they've been doing this for a lot of years and they really enjoy what they do. And we thought that they would take that question and just walk us through methodically every step of the process. And that's exactly what we did. And folks, it just worked beautifully. We ended up interviewing three firms. They were all very good. They answered our questions, and for the most part, we were very happy with their responses. And that was a great time to learn a lot about the painting process and how each of them go about that process. What we ended up doing is we got three quotes. One was 14,000, one was 10,000, and the last one was 5,200. Now I know what you're thinking. 5,200, isn't that awful low? And we were suspicious of that also. But we knew three people who had used this particular contractor who live in our area because the feedback we're getting was just what we wanted to hear. As it turned out, we ended up saving $9,000. There was a $9,000 difference between the highest bid of $14,213 and the lowest bid of $5,200. These guys arrived on time every day. They cleaned up at the end of the day, and they left the house in a condition that we could use. Was the house in disarray? Yeah, it was, but it could have been in more disarray if they had not taken the time to sweep and clean every day. If you like throwing your money away, don't get quotes, okay? But if you like, for any job, anything that you're going to do, whether it's building a new home, painting, having someone come in and put in a patio for you or add a room to your home, get quotes. And we end up saving a ton of money. And you also normally end up getting the best contractor. So I hope this video was helpful to you. If you like it, click down below, let us know, leave comments, and please subscribe to the channel. Have a great day. God bless.